well, and we're still cooking in James Gunn's kitchen, we now have official confirmation Jason Momoa has been cast as Lobo. This is definitely an exciting development. It is real cool that he is staying with the DC universe, though this really isn't a surprise. When James Gunn and Peter Safran took over and they were doing their big consolidation and making big changes, one of the constant things was that Jason Momoa was going to stay with them, but it probably wasn't going to be an Aquaman. And before this all went down, he did make a statement during this acquisition period conveying his long-time interest in playing the character. Even before Aquaman he was cast, there was interest in him playing Lobo, so it's only fitting now that he gets to play this character that he's been clamoring for such a long time. So Lobo was, I collected comic, and I don't do so much anymore, but he was always my favorite, and I always wanted to play Lobo because I'm like, hello, it's the perfect role. I mean, listen, if they call and ask me to play him, it's a frick yeah. I haven't received that call, so I don't want to put any fake news out there, but if they ever call me and ask me to play, or ask me to audition, I'm there. And he replied to his old tweet, they called. And the fact that he's been wanting to play Lobo for a long time just makes it all the more awesome. And really, Jason Momoa seems like the perfect fit to play the character. It's almost like he was born to play this role, from the physical resemblance to the larger-than-life personality. It's no wonder that Momoa has been eager to take on this character for years. Plus, with James Gunn and Peter Safran shaking things up in the DC universe, it's exciting to see how Momoa's Lobo will fit into the larger picture. And to reiterate, this really isn't a surprise, but actually the surprise is that his Lobo will make his first appearance in the upcoming Supergirl movie. Supergirl, the Woman of Tomorrow, with Millie Alcock starring as Supergirl and Craig Gillespie directing. This movie is shaping up to be quite the DC adventure, and it's pretty cool to see Momoa's dream of playing Lobo finally come true. It's almost like the universe knew that he was destined for this role. Plus, I think it's great that the character will be introduced in Supergirl. Hopefully it's not the same introduction as Aquaman and Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. I think with the addition of Momoa as Lobo will add a whole new dynamic to the story and make it quite different than from the graphic novel, as Lobo is radically different DC character with a far more outlandish personality and a place in the DC universe. And most likely Lobo's appearance in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow will be the first stop on a long intergalactic adventure for Gunn's DC universe. And this is pretty cool because just watching the Guardians of the Galaxy, you can kind of get a sense that because the character is such an intergalactic, he's a bounty hunter, and there's so many cool stories and places and planets that you can tell a story with Lobo. To me, Lobo is kind of a mix of Han Solo with Clint Eastwood's Man with No Name trilogy gunslinger / bounty hunter. Only he's just an alien in an intergalactic setting. I will say this, I did enjoy Jason Momoa's performance as Aquaman, and it had its time, but it's time to move on. And it's true that he seems better suited for Lobo. The character is wild and has a crazy nature, just fits Momoa's larger-than-life real personality, and Lobo's definitely a fun character to watch on screen, and Jason is a huge man, so with his over-the-top antics and no-holds-barred attitude, he's sure to bring a lot of excitement to just the Supergirl movie. Plus, Momoa in the role, I think we can expect to see Lobo that's not only wild and crazy, but also charming and likable. It's a great combination for a character that's known for being both a badass and entertaining. And for the people that enjoyed him as Aquaman, I get it. It's always sad to see an actor leave a beloved role. Jason Momoa's move from Aquaman to Lobo is a smart one for both him and the DC universe. Not only does Lobo seem like a better fit, as I said, for Momoa's personality and acting style, but also allows him to explore a new and exciting character within this DC universe. And from a fan perspective, it's always exciting to see actors take on a new and different roles, especially within the same franchise.
Look at Jason Evans, who played Johnny Storm in the Fantastic Four. Then he went on to play Captain America, Steve Rogers, in the MCU.
So while it may be bittersweet to say goodbye to Momoa's Aquaman, I think we can all look forward to seeing what he brings to the table as the main man Lobo. There's also kind of an interesting piece of trivia here. Both Millie Alcock and Jason Momoa, both alumni from Game of Thrones. And what's even more fascinating is they both only appeared in the first season of those series. And now here they are in the DC universe. Quite the coincidence. Well, the way I look at it. And I think it'd be kind of interesting seeing the two actors kind of sizing up with each other, as Millie is very petite and small and Jason Momoa is this big lumbering man. So it'd be kind of interesting seeing the two characters interacting. I think there could be some fun and comedic elements between them. But that kind of begs the question, what is Lobo's role in the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow? Because Lobo is not featured in the comic. I guess his role could be as good as anyone's guess. However, in the comic, Kara Zor-el, Supergirl, seeks retribution for her father's death by Krem of the Yellow Hill. This leads Krem to dispatch a bounty hunter to intercept Kara. Given that Lobo's profession as a space bounty hunter, the movie could simply use Jason Momoa as the bounty hunter for hire, pursuing Supergirl at Krem's behest. And since Lobo is very much an anti-hero before he is a villain, himself and Supergirl could potentially join forces after their encounter, and they can team up, in which this would put Lobo in a better position as a protagonist in future projects. And I'm pretty sure that they held off really in announcing Momoa's casting for a long time, because I think they wanted to stave off rumors that the character is going to appear in the Superman movie. I mean, he could possibly make a cameo in the Superman movie, but I think there's enough characters as Supergirl is going to appear in the movie for I don't think this character needs to be set up in Superman as a cameo or after credits thing. I know he has a long history with Superman, especially in the Superman animated series, so he can kind of cross paths with a lot of characters, either being a friend or longtime foe. He very well could show up in the Lantern series and interact with Aaron Pierre and Kyle Chandler's Hal Jordan. I guess what I'm saying is Lobo's larger role in the DC remains a mystery, and there's a vast universe for him to have his brand of unhinged galaxy spanning fun. On that note, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Are you excited for Jason Momoa to play Lobo, or are you kind of disappointed that he won't be playing Aquaman anymore? Alright, we'll talk to you soon in the next video. Oh, and one more thing. Yes, he's gonna make his appearance in the Supergirl movie, but then we gotta start thinking about Lobo's solo movie. Now, who should direct that? Kind of an interesting source of topic. People have talked about George Miller, and that would be a very interesting choice. But it seems like David Leitch is really keen on directing a Lobo movie, and he's even pitched the idea directly to Jason Momoa. He went on to comment Momoa's Twitter post, "A Lobo solo movie, smiley face, question mark. I'm in. JM, it's a story we were born to tell. This character is all you." And it's always awesome to see actors and directors getting excited for superhero movies such as this. Given Leitch's experience with stylish action movies like John Wick, he was co-director on that movie, Atomic Blonde, Deadpool 2, Bullet Train, and The Fall Guy. I think he could bring a really unique and exciting vision to a Lobo movie, and with Momoa's charisma and screen presence, which I've said throughout this video, the combination of these two talents could result in a thrilling and entertaining film.
Yeah.